everybody, it is day 27 of the 31 Baby Steps FlyLady series. Today we're going to be talking about dinner. Do you know what's for dinner? First, let's see if we got our lace-up shoes on. Yep, I've got my purple laces ready to go. Okay, so today's lesson is about knowing what's for dinner. She mentions that if you think about this at about 10 o'clock every morning, then you'll already know what's for dinner for the day. So she mentions that a lot of women especially who cook dinner for their families get really stressed out about what are they going to make for dinner the next day. Now, I don't currently cook for our family. My husband does because he's Cajun and he likes his Cajun food, and I don't know how to make Cajun food. So, he's the one that cooks for our family. But back whenever I did, like in a previous marriage, I've talked about before, when I did make my meals, I planned my meals with my grocery list. So basically, when I went to the grocery store, I bought everything I needed for the week's dinners. And I made something different every day. With our family, the way it is now, we kind of do bulk meals and see how long that meal can last. So we'll make a meal on Monday and try to make it at least go through Thursday before we change to another meal. We're on a budget right now. We're trying to pay off some of our debts, so this is an easy way of saving money. And then it also saves my husband some hassle as well, because he's working crazy job right now that's they're getting ready to move, so he's having to do a lot of work for IT, and so he's pretty tired when he gets home, so we're trying to keep it simple for him and not have him make a different meal each night. So whatever works for you. Something that's interesting in this chapter of the book, she talks about different ways of doing your dinners and planning them out. So you could plan them out a different meal each day and just say, this is what it's going to be, this is what it's going to be, this is what it's been. You can do different cuisines like American, Italian, Chinese, that kind of thing. Or you can have different people of the family make the meal for the night, which I thought that was neat. We actually do that when we're vacationing. We'll do different meals that the kids can help prep. Because a lot of times we take the camper camping, or a camper on vacation with us is what I'm trying to say. So any way you can choose to mix it up, make it fun. And that's what she suggests doing. And the reason why you need to think about it about 10 o'clock in the morning is because if you need to take some meat to thaw out, if you set it out at 10, it should be unthawed by the time it's time to make dinner. Obviously, if you could think of this beforehand, especially those that work outside the home, you'll need to think about this beforehand. You'll need to think about it first thing in the morning as part of your morning routine. Others that work in the home, like me, can wait until 10 o'clock to do that. So, but again, lately with our bulk meals, I haven't even had to do that because my husband has it. He'll go shopping over the weekend. It'll be in the fridge, so he can just pull the meat out straight from there. It's already unthawed. So it just depends on what it is. It just means to be thinking about dinner and getting that started every day, and doing whatever you need to do to get it prepped. Like, my husband made a roast last week, so obviously he had to get that ready in the morning time because it cooks in the crock pot all day. And then he comes home and finishes it up by, ripping it up, because it's a pulled pork roast, basically. It starts with a roast, then we make it into a pulled pork. And so he breaks it up at that point and then makes some fries to go along with it. That's basically what we did last week. So, but this week we have cream beef gravy, so I already know what's for dinner today. He made a big old pot of it with mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese, so I don't have to set any meat out. I don't really need to do anything to prep for this one. I mainly am his little sous chef, and I help him along during the day when he's cooking it. So that's kind of what my job is whenever it's the evening time. And so today you really don't have anything much to do when it comes to dinner time. But if you create your dinner, set out something for dinner tonight, so that way by the time dinner comes around, it's already unthawed. That's your mission. Go for it. And then once you're done with that, it's time to get started on your morning routine. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my bed. All right, here's my bed for today. Let me zoom out. There we go. Here's my bed for today. So make your bed, get it to look presentable, and all will be well. It only takes a couple minutes. All right, that literally took 2 minutes, so the bed is made. All right, next thing to do is a load of laundry. I went ahead and grabbed the clothes from yesterday that fit into this load here for darks, and I'm going to throw these in the wash. Remember, a load a day keeps mouthwash warm. All right, set your timer and then come back and change them over to the dryer. Better than being greeted with a nice shiny sink first thing in the morning. Time to unload your dishwasher. So the FlyLady likes an empty sink. I also like an empty dishwasher. So there you go. All right, it's time for another swish and swipe, and I did well. I got ready and put my stuff up this time after I was done, and it looks like my husband did too. So, yay! That makes it a lot easier. So, do your swish and swipe. Doesn't look like it's that dirty, honestly, today. So, I'm going to add the cabinet here. So I'm going to clean that off because I haven't done that all week. So we're going to do that. And that's what we're going to do. So do your swish and swipe. You'll be glad you did. You'll have a nice, clean bathroom. All right. I am done. Nice and clean sinks. They're sparkly, shiny today. So this didn't take long at all. And I cleaned my toilet, cleaned that cabinet there. And I did take a little bit of time this morning to do a little bit thorough cleaning on the inside of the toilet because over time of just using like regular soap or whatever you're spritzing, eventually it does start to change and you're going to have to use a stronger cleaner. So I use the that toilet wand thing that has bleach in it. So I used that to clean my toilet today and it looks much better, especially around the rim part and things like that because that was starting to look a little gross. So sometimes you got to use stronger stuff. And so that is it. So swish and swipe your bathroom. You'll be glad you did. All right, it never fails. My desk is piled up again. 2-minute hotspot. Go. Okay, and I'm done. This is what is left. So I'll still have to work on this again tomorrow. Keeping this, it's one of my magazines that I want to read. And then I have a shred pile and a trash pile. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of those and I'm done with my hotspot for the day. All right, here we go again. Another 5-minute room rescue. And Xander, yes, he has come in here and played a little bit. So we have to clean that up again. Fun stuff. Set your timer for 5 minutes and see what you can get accomplished. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Essentially, I'm done, but it's definitely not where I want it to be. So as far as going through everything, that kind of stuff, it's done. I do need to finish putting these boxes in the right sizes. I remembered I still had some boxes in my old eBay closet that I would need to add to this as well. So I'll need to do that also. But as far as organizing everything in some sort of order, everything is in an order at this point. And the floor is empty even though it needs a good vacuuming and stuff. So, but that will be another day. And that gets more into deep cleaning. But as far as 5-minute room rescues, this is the end result. But I do still have some things that need to be put away. So, so this stuff is for eBay, so this stays. That will move to the end of the boxes once I find the end of the boxes. That stuff's for packaging materials. And I'm going to add the other poly envelopes that are sitting right here to the wagon. So that way I have all my envelopes in one place. And then I have a pile here of things that need to be put in other rooms that I found along the way. And then these bed sheets here need to be washed. They're kind of gross. So I did fold them up to make them look a little neater and more presentable. And then, of course, I have a bag of trash as well that will just be added to the kitchen trash because it wasn't a lot. I thought there would be more trash than that, but I was surprised. So there you go. So set your timer for 5 minutes and see how quickly you can reclaim your room. You may be surprised. All right, once your washer is done, transfer it over to the dryer. Set your timer again so that way you know when they're done. Then pull them out, fold them up, and hang them up. All right, so my load is done, so I'm going to pull these out, fold them up, and hang them up. That's the hard part, folding and hanging. And honestly, we have some issues with our dryer, and so whenever I went to pull these out, realized that they still are not dry yet, so I'm going to turn them back on. Set my timer again. It shouldn't take the whole hour and 4 minutes again, but because they just need a refresh basically. because some, like the blue jeans, are still wet. You know, the things that are a little bit thicker in the load are still wet. So it senses it and will make it end sooner than what it shows. So basically I'll come back and check this about in another 30 minutes or so, and then I'll pull them out. Alright, I'm the world's worst procrastinator. I had all of this ready to bag up and everything and realized I'd already done my 15 minutes. So I was going to wait until today to bag everything up. So now I get to do it today. Yay! But I need the room in my bedroom very badly. So I'm going to bag this stuff up and take the other 2 bags that I have. I've got this bag here and this bag here that all needs to go to the thrift store as well. It's clothes that my mother-in-law didn't want. So we're going to do that and take it all to my car. And next time that I'm out, I will drop it off at the thrift store. Alright, take 2 of trying to pull the clothes out of the washer, or the dryer rather. So hopefully they're dry this time. Alright, I got a much smaller load today, so it shouldn't take me as long. So I'm going to fold these up and hang them up and put them away, and I'll let you know how long it took. Alright, I am done. Everything has been put up, folded up, hung up, put away. So that took me 13 minutes in total, so not too bad, a lot better than the 20 minutes it was yesterday. So, like I said, if you continue to do your laundry every day, the loads do get smaller, and as a result, take up less time. So you really have no excuse not to get this done each day. So I challenge you to do a load a day, all the way to completion. That includes putting it away. All right, time to fill it up for my husband. All right, again, you need to give yourself a gold star because you got your task done for the day, which again, mine is to get dressed to lace up shoes every morning. I did that. So there's my butterfly. Did you get your chore done? All right, nice shiny sink tonight. And the dishes are going. I got my towel sitting out for the night too. Time to get your your evening routine going. All right, plan out your day for tomorrow. What are you doing? What's the weather like? It's going to be hot, another 80-degree day here. So I've got my floral shirt here, my khaki pants, socks, and underwear, and of course, my lace-up shoes ready to go. Okay, I hope you brushed your teeth. So today we talked about dinner. So I'm sure y'all are sensing an overall theme here. It's basically you try to get it to where nothing is surprising you in your day. So that's the reason why you set out your clothes the day before, is to prepare yourself for the next day. You're thinking about the weather, you're thinking about what you're going to be doing every day, so that way you're dressed appropriately. Same thing with dinner. You think about it in the morning, so you have the food set out, so that way whenever dinner comes around, you're not sitting there thinking, well, what am I going to cook? I don't have anything I can cook. Instead, you'll be prepared. You already have that planned out. So everything has a flow to it, and that's one of the reasons why she has this routine set up the way it is it makes it to where there's no surprises. So you're ready for whatever your day takes on, and you won't be stressed out. Now, does that mean that there's going to be a day that's going to happen and there's going to be some kind of school practice that your kid has that you totally forgot about, or a meeting that you totally forgot about, or a day that you have to stay late from work and then that throws off your plan for dinner? Yeah, it could still happen. It doesn't mean that's never going to happen. It will. Life just happens that way. But at least this will have you prepared for most of the day, so you can't just use a day that you're just not feeling like making dinner to go out and have takeout. This will be a way of loving yourself and loving your family also, because it means less fast food, which means you'll be losing weight and you'll be eating healthy, and you won't have the high blood pressure issues that I'm dealing with and all the other things that go along with all that. You'll be thankful that you do all these things. And that's the reason why it was important to think about dinner today. So even though I don't do dinner in my house, my husband does, I do help out sometimes with making sure things are set out from the freezer or something like that. Especially if we buy things ahead of time. Here lately though, we've been doing a grocery stop on Mondays. And we're just cooking and eating on that all week. So we've been doing that for several weeks now. So that seems to be working well for our family because we don't mind a lot of leftovers, especially because he makes big, huge pots of things like spaghetti and things like that we can eat on all week. And it tastes just as good the day on the 5th day as it did the 1st day. Even though we may be tired of it, but it's still good. He's a Cajun cook. He's awesome, so. But anyway, be thinking about dinner each and every morning so that you have that stuff set out so you're not sitting there scrambling at dinner time thinking, what am I going to make? What am I going to make? All right. So I hope you're going to bed at a decent hour tonight. And we will be back tomorrow with day 28. Good night. Bye.